Defects Gaming.
What's going on, people? My name is belakfan3 from Defects Gaming, and one thing out of the way, this gameplay is irrelevant to my discussion. So yeah, this is just a background video, you could call it. So what I want to pretty much, you could say, rant about is like COD with well, Call of Duty in general with dedicated servers and how better it would be. So we all want, dedicated servers on consoles. PC players are lucky they get that. I think they had two options for Black Ops: unranked and ranked, and they have the better option for servers. And not to mention that comes in better with hackers too, because if you know that on PC they probably make like modded servers or hacked servers or whatever, right? So you can choose whether you want to play in a hacked server and fool around with speed lobbies or whatever. But in consoles you can't do that. You get thrown into a game and you just hope for the best that it's not hacked. So you come off like you don't get as lucky as PC players do. So however, if I just want to know, like, if dedicated servers came to consoles, I think it would make it better in my mind. You could, for one thing, none of this peer-to-peer host migration bullcrap or whatever. Everyone is connected to a server, and it doesn't rely on a host, and he has the advantage because he's the host, right? Everyone's connected to him, and he's hosting the gameplay. But if you have servers, everyone's connected to a server, so that's the host basically, and the host isn't playing, so everyone is on a level playing field, right? If you think that like the host, well, if it's server, you'd have the server as the host, and if you don't have a good connection to the host, then you're at a disadvantage. But it's not exactly true, because the server, it's not going to be playing. It's going to be hosting everyone. So you're not really going to be, getting killed by a server, basically. But the thing is that PCs had to pay for dedicated servers. So are we going to have to do the same? I mean, I can play peer-to-peer, I can play with host migrations or whatever, and do fine in my mind, I don't care. I mean, it'd be great dedicated servers, but, I don't want to pay for them. I mean, you can call me cheap or whatever, but I don't care. I just don't want to pay for them. So, if we have to pay for dedicated servers, that just blows it right out of the water. No one will, well, not no one, I shouldn't say no one, but not a lot of people will do it. They want dedicated servers for free. That's the whole entire point of it coming to consoles, and, I just don't see that happening. So maybe this whole entire thing about dedicated servers coming is not, true the way we want it to come to consoles. We want it to come to consoles free. I don't think it will. So that out of the way, dedicated servers are not. I'm sure Call of Duty will continue, whatever. I mean, host migration in general, host migration in general was a great invention. Infinity Ward made it for Modern Warfare 2, because any Call of Duty before that, if the host left, you get that stupid, connection interrupted no matter what, you debooted. Here, it's kind of hit and miss in Black Ops. You get connection interrupted, or sometimes you get through it, or sometimes you don't. But either way, host migration was a great idea. Besides dedicated servers, it's like the next best thing, and it's free, so works better than paying. All right, it's just better if you don't want to pay. Just getting connection interrupted itself is pretty annoying, and not to mention, because the host is like, frustrated and he quits, you don't want to have to, you don't want to have to be booted from a game that you're doing good in, just because the host, is doing terrible. So, host migration just migrates the host from one person to another. However, I don't really like it when a whole entire team, like, we have one person and migrates the host to another person on that team, and that person quits. Like, the whole entire team basically rage quits. So then next thing everyone just quits and they forfeit. And, that's loser mentality right there. Like, sometimes, you do it because you don't like it, but, the whole entire point of rage quitting is, you're raging, you're flaming or whatever. You just don't like, the game. But I just, that's fine and dandy and all, but why don't they migrate the host? Like, why doesn't Call of Duty notice that, you know, that everyone's rage quitting on the other team? Why don't you migrate the host to the other team? That way, if they leave, they don't have to interrupt the, you know, gameplay. So that, that'd be very helpful, you could say. Migrate the host to the other team, let them quit out and forfeit, and let the new players join. And speaking of forfeiting, have you ever noticed that when an enemy team forfeits and starts the 20-second clock countdown, that's when it always seems to be that the players don't seem to join. Like, they can't join, is when it starts forfeiting and you win the round or win the game.
Time's almost up.
So they just need to fix that and make it allow, make it easier to join games where the enemy team is forfeiting. Because obviously there's 4-6 spaces available. So yeah. So beyond that, dedicated servers, host migration, whatever.
Good job, team. Get ready for the next round.
Host the peer-to-peer is not that fair or balanced, but it's free. Dedicated servers might be payable, but it'll be better. So what do you want? What do you want? Do you want the fairness of dedicated servers, but you're gonna have to pay for them, or do you want the unbalanced but free, peer-to-peer host stuff right there? So it all depends on what you like. If you normally have a good connection or whatever, then you're probably gonna stick with the host migration. But if you have a poor connection, like some people, not me, I don't have a poor connection, but some other people, they might want a good server right there to make things balanced. It all depends on what everyone wants, how everyone will want it, or everyone will get it, I should say. Alright, so moving on from that, I guess I've said enough right there. I've said enough. Now moving on from that is Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3, I think, will be a fantastic game. And I say that because we have 3 developers working on it. You have Sledgehammer Games, which is a new studio. We don't know anything about them. Raven Software, but they haven't developed any. They've developed other games before, I think, but I don't know. They haven't developed any Call of Duty, obviously. So that's going to be interesting. Not to mention they're doing the multiplayer. Then you have Infinity Ward, the good old people who know what they're doing on Call of Duty. They know what they're doing, basically. Right? They've been a long time. They created the franchise. People say they hate Infinity Ward because they're YouTubers and whatever, but you have to remember that they've created this franchise. You would not be playing Call of Duty if it wasn't for Infinity Ward. You could say that, Treyarch would have made it, but no. Right? Infinity Ward came up with it, the idea. Not to mention they came up with the Modern Warfare setting. Right? Call of Duty 4, that was all Infinity Ward right there. And then Treyarch went back to World War II. Treyarch, I find, has not done any Modern Warfare Call of Duty at all. Black Ops is more modern than World War II, obviously, but it's not modern like, Modern Warfare 1 and World War II. So, Treyarch probably would not have made any Modern Warfare setting for any Call of Duty. So Infinity Ward is the one that created this fantastic game, fantastic series. So it's good to have them working on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. However, with all the recent layoffs and firings or whatever, it's hard to imagine that they have a full team working on it, and it seems suspicious that they need 2 other developers to help them out. So that makes you think that they really aren't that big of a developer anymore. Yeah. Speaking of developers, I'd be interested to know what your favorite developers are, because mine certainly is Infinity Ward. I really like them. Their application of things is absolutely amazing. They can apply their ideas very well, very balanced, I shouldn't say balanced because you definitely flame me for that, but at least their lag was not as bad. And I'm not saying like lag is in peer-to-peer or whatever, because that's atrocious wherever. But I mean talk about their built-in, like Treyarch will build-in lag to, if you have a 1-bar connection, for example, the person with a 4-bar, 3-bar, whatever, they introduce lag to help that 1-bar connection have a fighting chance. right? And you may think it's a good idea, but if you don't have a good connection, you shouldn't have to have like a good game. If you have a bad connection, you're having a bad game. That's what you get for having a bad connection, right? You should get in touch with your internet service provider and hook that up. Anyways, this game is wrapping up really quickly. I got carried away. My name is belakfan3 from Defects Gaming. Those are my ideas. I'd be interested in learning yours, and I'll just let this play out.